Crude oil is definitely the story of the day. The CME Group announced that crude oil could trade below zero, so be careful if you're trying to pick a bottom here. This contract actually expires today, so I wouldn't touch it. I would be very careful trading crude oil, trying to pick a bottom, because it can go below zero, and it expires here in a couple hours. So I just would not touch this. Would not trade. Actually, it expires in 1 hour from now. It is 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So what can you do going forward? Let's look at this is the May contract. Let's look at the new front month, which is the June contract. So here is the June contract at about a $20 premium to the expiring contract of May. And it's surprising to me that there's that much of a premium, that it does not affect June. I do not know what fundamentals will change if they are out of storage now. What's going to change in 30 days from now to make the current June contract? I don't know enough about it, but I would have a short bias, and so I would not just short this in anticipation that it will go to 2, because the bounces could be pretty big. You might incur $5 and $10 bounces or more, so I don't know that you want to trade with the $5,000 and $10,000 stop per contract. But look to short rallies is one approach you could do going forward this month in crude oil, with an anticipation that the fundamentals won't change. So if the fundamentals don't change of storage, if there's no place to store crude oil, and the suppliers are basically giving crude oil away or paying to get rid of it, then you could expect the June contracts also to roll over. And so this is just one approach. You see the purples building up in here. And so if the market rallies and you see the purples on the market depth indicator, then you have the opportunity to short this market. And so at some point it'll be a great long trade, but I would be careful going long at this point with that much downward pressure on the front month, which is only $30 away. Everyone is discounting this move in May crude oil. It's very, very surprising to me how the market is discounting the fundamentals of this, because it could be the crude oil industry, the energy industry is going to be massively affected by this, unfortunately, and this oversupply, lack of use. So that is the trade talk of the day, and wanted to let you know about that. We talked about our gap fill and reverse. You could bias your gap fill and reverse trades to shorts if you want to take some short trades, or some of the other strategies that we have that could short crude oil. So here are the trades today. What I mean by discounting this is that the market just is held up here. The Fed is behind it, propping up the market once again, and we see massive rally and hold up here. Even though it sold off overnight and rallied intraday. They're always buying at some point. And Cobra 3 NQ, it was stopped out. It has at 8 losers in a row. It did this before, so it's been a bit choppy. We're having to go through this time period where we have a lot of volatility, and in the NQ you get 8 losers in a row and then a big rally. Right now we've had the same 8 losers in a row. No guarantee the next trade will be a winner or a massive winner, but when you have this much volatility, the $600 stop loss is tight, but you also have this much volatility to give you the opportunity to take a big trade home. And so Cobra 3 E-mini S&P could take a short today. It's setting up for a good short trade, and so it could short into the close, but the NQ strategy is stopped out on the day. Adaptive moving average is down 900 on the day. We talked about how this could be a good time to get started, because it's gone through a little bit of a drawdown. It's one of our top strategies. And Night Trader lost again, so we've struggled with Night Trader. Struggled 3 out of the last 4 trades are down, and so good timing to get in on that, because it usually does better than that. Even in a bear market, there can be overnight rallies. Surprising to see the price action lately. And so Night Trader got in last night at 28.62.25, and the high after that was 28.74.25. The profit target would have been at 28.76, so it was close to a profit target. Rolled over, got stopped out, and so struggling here on Night Trader. And 60-minute breakout was long on Friday, came in and got stopped out last night, and then bounced. And so those are the only trades today in the All Strategy Access 1. All Strategy Access 2, 60-minute breakout. We're not trading these two strategies. Once again, a 60-minute breakout, and the NQ is long. And so what is trading today? We don't have anything in this workspace except QS3 trading today, and it was profitable. Caught that morning bounce, plus 875 on that trade. All strategy XS3 Cobra Euro short, right around break even. Swing soybeans stayed short over the weekend. If you would have exited on Friday at the close 832, the high overnight was 835. So you would have had the opportunity to come back in on Sunday night at 7 p.m. after 7 p.m. at some point and get short again in that and take profit, take advantage of this weak soybean market. Very, very weak commodity markets, very deflationary across the board with crude oil and grains, and those are the only trades on this All Strategy XS3. So All Strategy XS4 no trades, All Strategy XS5 no trades. Not a lot of trades today. The ranges are there, but it just it feels like a low volatility day because there's not a lot of big price action in most of the markets. Crude oil is the one market, the front month crude oil is the one market that's really selling off down 80%. And so let's take a look at that once again. So wow, $1.15. If I had been asleep for the past month and I woke up and saw this on my quote screen, I would say there is something wrong with my platform. The data is not working. I would call my data provider and say my data, there's something wrong here. $1 crude oil, that's just surreal, unbelievable. And they say it could go negative. The CME announced that it could go negative when it was up here, and so I would anticipate that they anticipate it to go negative before the close, which happens in less than an hour. So watch that. Don't try to buy this thinking that 0 is the bottom, because it's not.